This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Bullet Premier. And the model number is 23RB. So this is not a floor plan video, it's a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? Alright. So we have power stabilizers. I'll show you this switch when we get to the other side. One switch controls both rear, the other switch controls both front. This is a outside kitchen. You have running water. You have a cooktop. Just remember that this is an LP line, a quick connect line. And let me get out of the way here if I can. And you have to plug it in right here under the trailer to get gas to the grill or to the cooktop. Okay. You have a refrigerator here, and you have TV hookup here also. Okay, if you wanted to put a TV outside or watch it when outside anyway. So you have a power awning with LED strip, outside speakers. Your water heater is right here. The switches to operate are inside the trailer. I'll show you that when we get in there. This is the drain plug. It takes an 1 1/16 6-point socket to remove it. Never run the water heater without water in it. If you drain it because you're not going to be camping for a while, make sure you refill it before you turn it on. That's important, because you'll damage it if you run it without water in it. I'll show you, like I said, I'll show you the switches when we get inside. You're getting a hitch with this. This is a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. We'll show you how that operates when you pick up. Okay. You have a power tongue jack. If this ever fails for any reason, you can pull this rubber plug, and it takes a 3/4 inch crank or a 3/4 inch socket on a drill. Whatever you have, you can crank it up and down manually to get yourself hitched and unhitched in an emergency. You have 2 LP tanks, which are both full now. You have a deep cycle marine battery. Okay, and there's a kill switch for the battery right there, if you can see it, that red. Let me see if I get a picture of it here. Having a hard time. Let's see. I can't quite see. There, right there. Okay, that knob, that red knob sticking out, that you can disconnect your battery if you need to. Okay. If I can get this open with one hand, maybe. It's tricky. Here, excuse the camera work. Okay. So this is there's the crank. You can use that crank for your power tongue jack. Now the stabilizers can be cranked manually too. I don't know if you can see it here, but there's another crank right there. It's a cylinder with a slot cut in it. On the door side at the end of the stabilizers there is a shaft with a pin through it. So you can slide that crank right on there and crank them manually to get yourself out of trouble also. So that's a good feature. This is your sprayer. It's got a quick connect on it. Like I said, that's the 3/4 inch crank. Your dump hose. There's a reducer for your power cord. Now this is your solar controller right here. You have to, in order to see what's happening with your system, you have to download the app. So you'll go to, you know, whichever Apple or Google, wherever you go, you'll download the Victron Smart Solar app, and it'll show you everything that's happening with your system. Instead of having a panel inside, you just use your phone, and it gives you all the stats, and it gives you stuff that it records the history, all kinds of stuff. So make sure you download the app. Okay, this is your water here. So here's your city water hookup. That's the most common way to get water to the trailer, right? If you're camping someplace without city water, you know, like out in the boondocks or whatever, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here, and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. I'll show you the switch when we get inside. This is to winterize the trailer here, and then you look at the positions of the valves to bypass the water heater and then winterize it. So that's all self-explanatory. This is your black tank flush right here. After you dump your black tank, you can leave the valve open. It's important to leave your dump valve open like it says on the sticker here. You put the hose at the dump station on there, turn it on, it'll flush out your tank, your black tank. Clean off the sensor so you get a good accurate reading, that sort of thing. So you have that option, and these are your two stabilizer switches right here. One switch controls the front, the other one controls the rear. And this is your hookup for campground cable and satellite. Okay? This is just telling us this is pre-wired for a ZAMP solar panel. If you wanted to get it's a portable panel to charge the battery. If you're interested in something like that, you can get it. It plugs in right there. Your slide room is a AccuSlide. There's different types of slides. This one's an AccuSlide. You have a 30 amp system, a 30 amp cord, 30 feet long. We do give you that one reducer to reduce it down to a 20. These are your dump valves here, gray and black. Okay. Pre-wired for a backup camera if you want to add that on. Also, while we're looking up, the manufacturer states that every 60 days you should inspect your roof. So you want to go up there, have somebody look up there, look at the sealant, make sure there's no cracking or separation where water can get through. Make sure there's been no damage to the roofing attachments or to the roofing material by, let's say, low branches or road debris. Just odds are you're not going to have to do anything, but you give it a good look to make sure you're ahead of any problems, you know what's happening on your roof. That should be part of your regular maintenance. It's an important thing, and people generally don't inspect it enough. While we're here, I showed you that crank with the cylinder in the slot, and I told you could operate the power tongue jack, or the power stabilizers. Well, there's the shaft with the pin through it I was telling you about. So you could put that on there and crank those manually if you needed to. Okay? So, as we come in, this is your power converter right here. This converts AC to DC power. So on this side, when you're plugged into shore power, you have 110 AC circuit breakers right here, just like you'd have at home, and they're all labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC on this side, so you got 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled. When as long as you're plugged into shore power, this is going to sense how much energy your battery on the tongue has and needs, and it'll send amps accordingly. If it's topped off, it'll just use a couple to maintain it, trickle a couple amps to maintain it. If it's low, it can send 10 amps or whatever it needs. But as long as you're plugged in, this will charge your battery. Now when you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator will be charging the battery, right? And your solar panel will be charging your battery as you go, depending on the conditions outside, okay? So you have your slide room here, your power awning, switch here. Never leave the awning out unattended. Always roll it in if you're not going to be at the campsite. To light your water heater on gas there. To turn on the electric heating element there. Never run the water heater without water in the tank. Your water pump I told you about right there, that's for pumping water out of the fresh water tank. It's also used to winterize the trailer. Those are lights, and then you have your various levels for your tanks. There's only one black tank in this one, so you just don't pay attention to black tank 2, obviously. And it graduates up in 1/3 increments. So, okay, let's go in a little farther. You have a TV that's on a bracket. Let me feel that around with that, okay? Make sure you strap it when you're traveling so it doesn't get damaged. This is the remote for the TV, and this is the remote for your sound right here. This plays AM, FM radio. It plays, it'll stream off this USB port here. It's got an HDMI in right there. If you're interested in like a portable Blu-ray player or something, you go right into the system there if you needed to. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly from your phone or tablet. It has 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. So it does everything you need and then some. All right, your microwave works like any other microwave. That's your range hood vent and light. All right, I don't know if you've got the gas turned on here. Let me see. No. So it takes a minute. If it doesn't start in a minute, I will turn the gas on. No, it's on. Let me clear it. When you first hook up a tank, there's an air bubble in the line you have to work past. I know that you just filled it, so. Whoop. Well, maybe he doesn't have it on. Let me go look up front. I should have done that before I started, but I didn't. Let me see if the gas is turned on. No, it's off, so there's still going to be that air bubble in there, but we'll work past it and then it'll light each and every time you click the sparker. Okay? Alright. Okay. Back inside. Okay. So you still have the air bubble there, so we'll get past it. Oh, there goes that. That was quick. So there you have it. These three center knobs are for the three burners. This end one is the sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark it. This one is for the oven. Now the oven has a pilot light all the way at the back at the bottom. I don't know if we can see it spark. Yeah, you see it spark back there. Okay. So you go to the oven knob and you go to the picture of the flame. Then you depress it. You keep it depressed while you're lighting it. So you spark it until you see the pilot light. And once it lights, you'll hold this in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to whatever temperature you want. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. You have light here. You have a light in there. Always travel with your cover down. Okay, you have some charge ports and a plug, and this obviously collapses down. All of your literature is in here. The keys are hanging right here. Your thermostat is very simple. You're just going to hit the mode button. Right now I've got it on air conditioning. It says cool auto. So that's running the air conditioner right now. Auto is the fan speed. Whenever it gives you an option of fan speed, if there's an auto option, always use that. It seems to work the best when you do that. So it's very simple. GFCI plug. All the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI, even the one on the outside. So if it pops, you're going to reset it in here, obviously. There's probably another one back here. Let me look real quick. Yeah, there's also another one in the bathroom. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green. If it's not green, get it serviced, okay? That detects carbon monoxide and LP gas. If it goes off, you shut your appliances off, take everybody outside, leave the door open, shut the gas off, and then figure out what's going on, okay? If it's not green, get it serviced. So you have TV hookups here and a backer plate if you want to mount a TV. You have a escape window right here, which works like this. You push it all the way through, grab a hold of the tab and pull the screen out, and you can escape in an emergency. You have some storage under here, under the bed. Your refrigerator is 12 volt DC refrigerator. So it runs on 12 volt DC. It's got a compressor. It's just a DC refrigerator. Always keep these latch over here when you're traveling so the doors don't get dented. You have a secret compartment down here. And then you have more storage compartments under the arms and in the center console here. Okay. Alrighty. I'm looking around to make sure I don't miss anything for you. Okay. The bathroom, the sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. Like I said, you have another GFCI in here. All the plugs in the trailer are wired through one of these two GFCIs. So if anything pops, you're going to reset it at this one or the other one. Your toilet, like all trailer toilets, sits right over a black tank. You have a flush pedal right here. You can't use it dry, so when you pull the campground, you hook up your power and your water. And then you'll come in here, you'll put a dose of chemical right in the bowl. Then you'll step on the flush pedal and let it run and dump water into the tank below. You step on it long enough to put at least a gallon of water in there along with the chemical, then it's ready to be used. You can't use it dry. If you use it without putting water or chemical in there, the smell will be terrible, plus it'll get clogged up. So you always want water and chemical in there when you start using it. Okay, also there's a fan there, and the skylight here. It's nice and bright. The air conditioner works good. It's hot outside, but it's cold in here. You have a leaf extension, obviously. So I think that about covers it. Let me look around, make sure I got everything. Looks like I do. So, I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting your roof every 60 days. Have somebody look at it if you don't do it yourself, just to stay ahead of any possible problems. It's good to know what's happening on your roof, okay? So make sure you take care of that. It should be part of your maintenance schedule. And right now, the water system is in camping mode, so there's no antifreeze. It's been purged and replaced with fresh water. Your water heater is in camping mode. The valves are in camping mode, and there's water in the tank, so it's already all set to go. Remember, if you empty it out, make sure you refill it before you turn it on, okay? Thank you.